Alright, so this is my MGMT album ranking video, and before I get into that, I wanted to go ahead and announce what I'm going to do next on the channel since we finished with MGMT. And I kind of was considering a couple different groups that I have ready to go, and at the last minute I kind of picked somebody that I wasn't planning on doing because this particular person's a solo artist and I haven't done the band they're from yet, and I kind of wanted to do that first, and then I changed my mind because this guy put out an album earlier this year, and I thought, you know, I'm doing MGMT because they put out an album earlier in the year, so I got to do this guy too because he put out an album. So next I'm going to do Ace Frehley's solo career. Obviously I haven't done Kiss yet. I still got I got a couple of their off the soundboards that I need to get before I'm ready to do them. So I'm going to go ahead and do Ace. Not ranking or not including the '78 solo album in this. I'm going to put that in with Kiss when I do them. So next week I'm going to be starting Ace Frehley's solo career with Frehley's Comet. So I just wanted to announce that. Okay, so I'm going to rank the 6 albums that I talked about. I'm not ranking the Time to Pretend EP because it didn't have enough songs on it. It's only like 5 or 6 songs, and 2 of those are already on Oracular Spectacular. So I didn't, as much as I like that EP and wanted to talk about it, I didn't feel like it warranted being ranked. I am going to include 11-11-11 since it is new material, even though it's live. And coming in at 6th and last is 11-11-11. Not a bad album at all for what it is, but it's, you know, it's live. It's mostly like instrumental stuff. It's this kind of this art project thing that they were doing for some museum. So, you know, it sounds like that, and that's not a bad thing for what it is. But as far as of all the albums that they put out, this is definitely the one I'm going to reach for the least. And so yeah, it winds up in 6th. So the rest of these were much harder to rank. I mean, these albums, it was almost impossible for me to choose between some of these. Number 5 was kind of easy to pick, and that's MGMT, the self-titled 3rd album. This one, for me, just kind of goes here because although it has some songs I really love on it, like Alien Days, it's possibly my favorite MGMT song, and that opens this. Cool song number 2 is really good. Mystery Disease, Introspection, Your Life is Alive. The first 5 songs I really like. After that, A Good Sadness, Astromancy, I Love You to Death. Those 3 kind of weak. Plenty of Girls in the Sea I like, and then the closing, Orphan of Fortune's kind of iffy. So this album, even though I think it is mostly good all the way through, and like a pretty solid listening experience all the way through, it just doesn't quite have as many songs on it that I love compared to the other albums. It has those first 5 songs, and then it goes into a little bit of a weak stretch. So yeah, number what I said was 5, MGMT. Then number 4, I have their debut album, Oracular Spectacular. Now I imagine a lot of people would probably put this at number 1. I think this was like the most popular thing they released, or at least it's the one when I've heard people talk about MGMT just randomly, it's been like something off here, like Electric Field or Time to Pretend or Kids or something that they know. They don't tend to know like Congratulations or some of the other stuff. So yeah, I feel like this is probably most people's favorite MGMT album, but for me, I mean, I love this album. I have a ton of nostalgia for it, but just song for song, it doesn't hold up as well as some of the other ones that they've released later. But it is a great debut album, and I mean, it feels like I'm ranking it way too low for how good it is, but they've got 3 more that I like better. And 3rd, I have their 4th album, Little Dark Age. I mean, this one is great. Little Dark Age, probably, and it's another one that is almost tied with Alien Days, or up there for my favorite MGMT song. But just going song for song, I think that the next 2 are a little bit stronger than this one. Number 2, I have Congratulations, their second album. This, for a long time, was my favorite album. When I started doing these reviews, I was pretty sure I was going to rank this first. And then that's kind of changed as I've listened through all of them. I think that I do have a little bit of like fatigue as far as this album is concerned. Like I've listened to it way too much. I was pretty into it when it came out, and then a couple years ago I went through a big phase where I got really into it again and was listening to it a ton. So I've kind of burned it out for myself a little bit, but still, I mean, song for song, it's just great. And I would say that the reason this got second over Little Dark Age is if I took my least favorite song off of each of them, this one wins out over that. So second, I have Congratulations, and in first, I have their most recent album, Loss of Life. This one, I don't know, I rarely like take to new albums as quickly as I did to this. By the second or third listen, I was like, wow, this thing's good all the way through. Not really a bad song on it. Well, not really, I mean, not a bad song on it. Yeah, this, I mean, it could just be a little bit because it's new that I'm so excited about it and have it up so high, but I really do think that kind of the more and more I've listened to this, the more I'm like, yeah, this is the album. So yeah, my number 1 MGMT album is Loss of Life.